Hi, this is Bazi from Meslova. In previous session, we learned about the mysterious chemicals secreted in our body, that is the hormones. The story of insulin, which is secreting from a special type of gland, that is pancreas, and also the master gland in our body, that is pituitary gland, which controls almost all the glands in our body. Let us know about the story of other glands and their secretions, that is hormones, and their functions. Thymus, which is a small pinkish lobular structure present on the dorsal side of the heart. It secretes the hormone, which is a peptide bond hormone, that is thymosins. It plays very important role in the development of immune system. And also playing very important role in the differentiation of T lymphocytes, which are very important for immune resistant power in our body. This gland degenerates with increasing age. Whenever if you reach to the older age, this gland will disappear within our body. Another one is the sex glands or gonads. These gonads, in males we call it as testes, whereas in females we call it as ovaries. Both of these glands get instructions from the pituitary glands to secrete the hormones. The testes, which are located in the scrotal sac, and they secrete the androgens, which secretes the testosterone. This testosterone controls the growth of the secondary sexual development in males, and also it influences the growth of the hair on face and other parts of the body, and muscular development, voice change, normal sexual behavior, and development of male sex organs. The ovaries, which are located in the lower abdomen position in females, they secrete the hormones like estrogen and progesterone. The estrogen, which is responsible for the development of secondary sexual characteristics and reproductive system in females. Whereas the progesterone, which regulates the monthly menstrual cycle within the female body. The another gland, which is called as adrenaline gland. This adrenaline gland is located on the top of the kidney. It is a looking yellowish and look like a cap on the kidney, triangular in shape, located on the top of the kidney. You know, the adrenaline gland have two parts, that is cortex and medulla. If you see the cross section of adrenaline gland, we can see that it is made up of different layers, that is the outermost adrenal cortex and the innermost medulla. Both of these layers secretes different types of hormones. The cortex, the layer which secretes hormones called as corticoids. The adrenal cortex has three layers or zones, and these are the zona glomerulosa, which is the outermost layer, and then zona fasciculata, the middle one, and the zona reticularis. These layers secretes different hormones, and these can be easily memorized by three letters GFR, which stands for these layers. Now the outermost layer, the zona glomerulosa, produces the hormone aldosterone, which is the mineralocorticoid. elected on mainly acts on the kidneys to maintain a constant level of sodium, potassium, and other ions, fluid balances of the body. Next, the zona fasciculata, the middle layer of the original cortex, mainly synthesizes the cortisol, which is a glucocorticoid. Cortisol is essential for life as it has permissive actions on multiple organ systems as well as metabolic processes throughout the body. The cortisol is essential for proper stress response. It is essential for proper metabolism of glucose, fat as well as proteins. It is essential for important normal BP regulation and normal immune system regulation. Now the innermost layer is the zona reticularis, which secretes androgenic hormones like testosterone and dehydroepiandrosterone, which are important for the development of secondary sexual characteristics. And now the innermost layer, that is the medulla. The medulla of adrenaline gland secretes two hormones, that is adrenaline or epinephrine, and another one is noradrenaline or norepinephrine. As part of sympathetic nervous system, it releases the catecholamines, adrenaline or epinephrine and noradrenaline or norepinephrine into the general circulation. It is activated when the sympathetic nervous system is activated. Here, if you take adrenaline gland, the adrenaline hormone, which is very important and which we also called as fight or flight hormone, and all these hormones are controlling and playing very important role in the metabolic activities of our body. See the action whenever if you see any street dog or a dog after you or any other animal after you, what happens to you? You may observe various types of changes in our body whenever we are afraid. In this process, the sympathetic nervous system sends signal to hypothalamus. It tells the pituitary to secrete adrenocorticotropic hormone. This stimulates the adrenaline gland to secrete epinephrine or adrenaline, releases into bloodstream, which tells your bunch of different organs at a time. It sends bunch of blood supply to lungs and muscles and speed up the heartbeat or heart rate. The hair on the body erects and we get goosebumps, all to help you protect you from threat. Then your heart also controls by both nervous and endocrine system. We come normal state only after we reaching or finding a safe spot. Suppose if you are fighting with your friend who is more weaker than you, then you become more aggressive. Hence, we call this hormone as fight or flight hormone. This is one of the feedback mechanisms in our body in which our hormones controls all the activities of our body, which coordinate with nervous system. The timing and amount of hormones released by endocrine glands depends on the feedback mechanism, which is already inbuilt in our body. If it fails, it leads to imbalances in our body. It may affects on the homeostasis of our body. If any hormone secretes in very high quantity, it is called as hypersecretion, whereas if it secretes in very low quantity, it is hyposecretion. All these things may influences on homeostasis of our body. The total control and coordination of our body is totally maintained by central nervous system, peripheral nervous system, and also the endocrine system, which secretes the hormones, and all these things are coordinating with each other to carry all the functions within our body. If you see an example of control and coordination for an appropriate sport car, for an appropriate responses, driving a race car requires use of nervous system to its maximum extent with coordination of endocrine system. Heart beats faster due to adrenaline. Supplying more blood and oxygen to brain cells. Eye sends images through optic nerves in the form of nerve impulses to vision areas of brain. For perception, analysis and processing, brain takes decision. How to control nerves on curve. And if it fails, whether permanent damage occur to nerve cells, can nerve cells can be replaced, or can nerve cells functioning again, and it may fails, ultimately it may lead to death. If any coordination imbalances between them, it ultimately leads to death or an accident. The brain, which coordinates with nervous system and endocrine system, is the boss of the body. It controls every activity. It helps us to feel happy, excited, scared, mad and sad. In modern days, it faces many problems like anxiety, depression, OCD, bipolar diseases, attention defective disorders, schizophrenia. All these disorders is due to overutilization of modern gadgets and abusing of social media and irresponsible over their responsibilities, innocence and lack of knowledge and awareness of health, education and responsibilities. Hence, be responsible to your daily activities and don't panic to every situation. Know the biology of your body and don't hesitate to learn. It's not the curse, it's the gift of both nervous system and endocrine system. Till now, we understand the story of insulin and various types of glands and their secretions, that is hormones, and its functions, and how our brain fails in today's world. In the story of coordination, that is the linking system. In next session or in next discussion, we will meet and discuss with another interesting topic. Until then, bye bye. Thank you. See you soon.